Hello, ¿cómo se va? Hola, ¿cómo está? Hi, how are you guys? This is Roxanne, videoing in from Burlington, Iowa, and I wanted to come on here today because it is Stress Awareness Month, and that is something that's near and dear to my heart, and I wanted to share a little bit with you about why that is and tell you a little bit about my story. So here goes. 2 years ago, I was having some brain fog, some irritability, and went to the doctor, and she basically prescribed me a medication to add to the antidepressant that I was already on, and I was getting some side effects from that. She tried me on 2 or 3 different ones, and I was feeling worse, not better, and I knew that there was something else out there. Something in the core of me was telling me I need to look further. And then I heard about Dr. Daniel Amen, and I read his book, Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. And I read that book, and it so resonated with me that I got on a plane and went to New York and went to get my brain scans done and get an evaluation on, is there something going on in my brain? So doing that, he led me into multiple different things and stress management. And some of the things I was diagnosed with, general anxiety disorder, and then it was OCD, and then it was bipolar, and it's like, no, it was none of that. Basically, all the lab work and the testing that he did confirmed that I had an autoimmune disorder called Hashimoto, and that I didn't need the antidepressant, that I needed to check further into my cellular level and what was going on within my system, and to have my evaluation of my immune system, because everything happens in the gut and it affects your brain directly. And so I started weaning myself off the antidepressant that I was on. And just so you know, one of the other books that I read, I forget the name of the book, but anyways, it talks about antidepressants are not supposed to be meant to be for life. They're meant to be used like an antibiotic temporarily. There's a need for it, but it's not meant to be life term, because pharmaceutical products will have impact on some of your organs with the chemical that it's put into as the pharmaceutical products, will affect other organs. And with time, it starts not working because it's really just a Band-Aid. You're really not working with the inner core of what's going on with your system. So took that to heart, had all those tests done, and checking further into my gut microbiomes, I found out that I had some really bad bacteria that were in there that were preventing the good nutrition that I was doing from absorbing into my cells to go nourish my mitochondria for my better energy and for my system to be stronger and fight stronger, to fight inflammation, oxidative stress, and all of those things. And so my system, as I was weaning off, I went into what they called PWS, protracted withdrawal syndrome. So anybody, like any drugs that you take, whether you're alcoholic or street drugs or pharmaceutical products, your system's going to be trying to adjust and wondering what's going on. So my adrenal glands went skyrocket. So my cortisol level went really high. So I went what they call adrenal fatigue or burnout. And then my thyroid, trying to compensate, because your thyroid is your motherboard of your system, was trying to compensate and couldn't fight, because an autoimmune disease is from a weakened immune system. So I had to look further into that. And one thing that resonated with me as I'm listening and hearing other people's story, plugging into some webinars about hormone balance and gene mutation with Dr. Ben Litch, looking into all of that, I found out that I had an E. coli overgrowth in my gut that was toxic to my system, that was affecting my cells from nourishing and thriving with all the natural stuff that I was doing. So even though natural stuff is good for you, sometimes your cells are a little bit more responsive if they're trying to prevent you from the parasites and toxins that are in your system that, you know, we a lot of times don't see. We eat, breathe, and drink a lot of things that can be toxic to our system. So with that E. coli, a story came to mind that resonated with me. I remembered hearing Lindy's story about her having had a procedure done that ruptured, and E. coli went third spacing into her system, and she was basically dying. And if you want to know more about that story, let me know. I can share that story with you, because it's an amazing story, and it's so much better told from the mama that dealt with all of that. So if you want to hear more about that, but that resonated with me because I have the E. coli. So I looked into that and found out about transfer factor and how it boosts your natural killer cells for your immune system to be stronger and work for you. So it's a molecule that we are born with that weakens with time, age, exposure to pesticides and parasites, and our system just weakens with time, but it wasn't meant to be that way. So anyways, I can share that full story in another video, because right now I want to talk about stress management and why that led me to that. So I was healing and strengthening my immune system, but then started looking further into some of their other products and learning about the herbs that were in there, because that's something that I've been researching for the last year on what to take for my mood and for my, there's SAMI, there's GABA that I was taking for anxiety, and all of those things. So I was at the natural food store quite a bit, getting different herbs and vitamins and minerals, and because I couldn't do it all by food. There's a way to do it by food. We can heal our system by food. But for me, because my system went so erratic, I needed an extra push or an extra oomph. So there's a lot of other things that I was doing that you can do for stress management, and being mindful and being grateful for what you have, and bring your system into a positive state of energy. It creates a great frequency of vibration inside your system, and our body is meant for self-healing. Meditation, deep breathing helps to calm the anxiety and all of that. So I was doing some meditation. Dr. Amen had recommended TM, Transcendental Meditation, which I found a coach, and I'm pursuing that to further help me in stabilizing my mood disorder. And the mood disorder it's hormones, it's your system, telling you something, giving you warning signs. So we just need to listen to our body. And then there's exercise. Exercise is great for releasing endorphins and serotonin. And taking some bath with essential oils and lavender, it soothes and calms the mind. So there's a lot of great data about that. So I was doing all of that. And another thing that is very important for stress management, for body restoration, is sleep. And I'm grateful that I got a Fitbit, because with the Fitbit, I'm able to see my deep sleep. And before starting some of these products, I noticed that my deep sleep was like 30 minutes a night, or 40 minutes, but never above an hour. And since I've been on some of these products, even though I was taking melatonin before, and valerian and some of these other herbs, like I said, that was going to help me have a deeper sleep, avoiding pharmaceutical products, I wasn't getting the deep sleep that my body needed to restore itself. So with that in mind, we must realize that our willpower has a limited reserve. So sometimes, we need to do something, look further into scientifically what's going on. So I'm taking back the power. I knew something in my gut was telling me to keep looking further into all of this. And I will share a PowerPoint that I have about the product that I want to talk to you about today, and how it's helped me and how it could probably help you. And I'm just excited to be on this journey. I'm just looking at helping people live a better life. So this company is with For Life. They've been around for 20 years. And I forgot to hit this. Hold on. I need to do a screen share first. So there we go. I almost forgot. I'm a little rusty. Desktop, share, and there we go. Well, I don't know what's going on. Here it comes. There we go. Okay, so For Life is the company I was just telling you about, where I heard about the amazing transfer factor in how you boost your immune system. And they have a product called Reflection. And Reflection is for people with anxiety. And so the impact of stress, the American Physiological Association, EPA, reported in 2015 that 72% of adults feel stress. Most respondents cited work and money as the cause of stress. And we are all in a fast pace, double working parents, a lot of activities going on, extracurricular activities. Sometimes we don't take the time to breathe and relax and be in the now and be present. So this is something that so many people, having to remind themselves, but having that awareness is key. When you have that awareness, like, oh, I need to slow down, I need to be present, I need to be enjoyed in the moment. And a lot of that can come from just your system not being balanced. So reflection alleviates mental stress and improves cognitive performance and promotes a positive mood when experiencing the stress of the daily life. And it supports the immune system. So intended users for this product are adults who are affected daily by stresses and a hectic lifestyle. So if you have a low concentration like I did, the mental fog, irritable mood, and a weak immune system, you might have certain tests done to see what is going on with your adrenal glands, with your thyroid, and with your gut. Those would be the places that I would start. If you have any questions, you can message me, text me, and I can tell you the test that led me to this amazing discovery that, I could do research and find what could be helpful, but I'm not a scientist. And sometimes you need to find the right mixture that works synergetically together. So this is one that I did not know about, wild green oat, and it is in this reflection product. And how it works, it balances the brain waves and it improves the blood flow to the brain, and it reduces the dopamine breakdown. And dopamine receptors in the brain, helps to control the positive mood, your attention, your performance. So the D2 receptors in your brains are very important. They are a lot of times the cause of addiction, sugar addiction, carb addiction, drug addiction. They are the neurotransmitters in your brain that can help you be better focused. And a lot of people are dopamine junkies, and that's where the sugar and all that, can work with that. So one of the things that Dr. Amen had recommended for me was the L-theanine. It's an amino acid that targets the brain neurotransmitter and the brain waves and the blood flow in the brain. So it's got all the benefits that, helps with the mood and the focus and all of that. Now, if you look at what I was taking before, I was probably paying about $15 for that product alone. The wild green oats was a product that I did not know about, but I definitely had been reading a lot about the dopamine in your receptors in some of the books that I was reading. So that was an important component that I was probably missing and didn't know about. So that's why I'm so grateful that I found this company. And in the reflection, there's also the transfer factor, which increases your natural killer cells in your body to strengthen your immune system that'll fight against oxidative stress that cause inflammation, that cause pain, that causes brain fogginess. Your immune system's weakened. And so all of these together is just an amazing deal, because if you were to buy this stuff individually, with it being the Stress Awareness Month, they have a special going on for this product this whole month of April. So that is exciting. The other product, and that's where the transfer factor or the trifactor is also part of the immune system, and it helps to support your immune system. So the directions for use, it's a non-drowsy formula, so you can take it in the morning. So I take 2 in the morning. One of the things why maybe I wasn't getting the results with some of the natural stuff I was using before is if I ran out and I didn't have time to go to the natural food store, I wasn't consistent with it. And now I could just be consistent because I'm grateful that I could just have this order shipped directly to me. And, that's the way the economy is going anymore. People shop online, but they want to have a good source of where they're getting things from. And this company is the immune system company, and there's no other company that has the transfer factor available. And that's thanks to the science of the 21st century. So this is the reflection, and then the other product that is available with this one for this month, it can be done purchased separately as well, but for this month they have a combination of both product together. And this is one that I really wish I would have known while I was going through my withdrawal syndrome, because there's an ingredient in there that helps with that. So the stress formula, it helps to modulate the calmness region of your brain, calming the regions in your brain. It reduces stress and improves sleep quality, which is what you need for restoring your body, because our body is meant to restore ourselves, but we just need to have a better sleep pattern. And like I said, these scientists have the synergetic formula put together, because I was taking a few of these. I want to show you these natural supplements, because everything is natural. There's zero side effects to doing something natural, and that's what my system was calling for. And that's, every time I read something, it resonated with true for me, and that's why I wanted to pursue that. So there's the lemon balm in there. The lemon balm it has the relaxing properties, and it helps to soothe your frayed nerves. So if you're on edge and you've got nerves, your nerves are frayed, the lemon balm helps with that. So there's peppermint. Peppermint has a calming effect, and it increases your reaction time. So you're more reactive, more alert, more on the go with the peppermint that's in there. Now, passion flower. Passion flower is the one that I was excited to learn more about, because this is the one that helps to relieve the symptoms of withdrawal syndrome. And I wish I would have known that when I went through that, because, you know, it was a long journey to recovery. But I feel like if you know what I know now, you could begin with the end in mind. And, you know, it was a 1.5-year process for me to find the right synergetic products for me to be able to heal myself. And then there's chamomile in there. Chamomile is a relaxing sleep aid, and it's good for PMS natural. It's a PMS natural remedy. So, you know, we might all have some of that, especially when you're going into premenopause. There's hops flower extract, which is for anxiety, insomnia, restlessness, tension, excitability, and good for ADHD. And there's also valerian in there for insomnia, and it calms anxiety. So if I put together the cost of all of these put together, you know, the valerian you could probably get between $8 and $11. The hops is about $13. Chamomile about $6. Passion flower you can get for about $12. I looked these up on Amazon where you can get some of them. Now again, sometimes some of those labs, you don't know the quality of them or the percentage, and I've seen Dr. Oz do some testing on some of these natural things that say it's going to deliver what it's going to deliver, and it doesn't. These are in capsules. They're very biodegradable and available to the system, and that's something that's important to me because I've had gastric bypass, so I don't absorb everything. A lot of things can be excreted. So that is something else that is telling me that is working in my system when it's being effective. So keep that in mind. And so I tell you the price of all these individually, because this would easily come out to being so much more than what these formulas are have synergetically together that work better for you. So this is all that I had for you, but I am so excited to be able to help other people find their answers to healing themselves. And we're all getting older, our system is getting weaker, and there's other great things that I can share with you, other great testimonials, what's going on with my father who's far away. And the blessing behind that is that he's so far away, this information is in the PDR, it's in the physician reference book. So I can send this information to my dad's doctor. She approves it because he's in assisted living and they have to give him his medication. So they want to know what they're giving them. And because some of this information is in the PDR, it's science that they can't deny and they have approved. So I'm so blessed and grateful, and I want to help more people. So if that is for you, you want more questions, you have more questions, you want more information, I'm here for you. And God bless. This has been, I've had to cry mercy for the answers, and they came, and I'm so grateful and hope I can bless someone else. Take care. Love you all.